Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video on how to be sensible with money, and so I hope this video is helpful and I'm going to get straight on with it. And the first one is you need to actually track your finances. So you can do this by writing down how much money comes in and out of your account, so your income and your expenses. So by knowing what you lay out and what comes in, you're going to be able to manage your money a lot more efficiently and easily. By knowing where your money is going, you can actually make changes. So obviously if you notice that you spend a lot of money on one kind of thing, or maybe food if you go out or something, for an example, and you're spending a lot more money than you actually intend to, by having it all written down in front of you and tracked, you're going to be able to change it a lot easier, where if you hadn't tracked it, you're not going to know it was a problem. This one is actually question everything that you buy. So is it actually worth the money? Is it going to sustain you for a long period of time? And the amount of money that it costs, is it worth it, kind of thing? Or do you actually really want it? And also just not just going out and buying things straight away is going to save you a lot of money in the long run, because there's so many things that we end up buying and they're just not really worth their money. Next one is stop trying to impress other people. So don't try and buy things that have a brand name, or it's designer or something, just because you want to look like you're a good status and you're keeping up with everyone else, kind of thing. Because honestly, spending your money on things to impress other people, it's not going to make you happy personally. So you're not actually achieving anything, and all you're doing is wasting money, where you could buy the cheaper thing and be a lot more happier, because you can spend your money on things that you want to spend it on, or you can save your money. You can save up for your future, which would be less stress, and then also you can spend it on bigger purchases that you actually really want. This one is for people that use credit cards. So if you do actually use a credit card, make sure to not actually overspend more than what you can actually pay. So obviously if you are unable to pay back, then obviously you are going to be incurring debt and then getting into the spiral of debt with obviously interest rates. So making sure that you are only actually spending the money that you can actually afford is obviously really important. And also credit cards are good for your credit score, because obviously when you pay back you improve your credit score, which is going to make it easier for you to borrow in the future. And obviously your interest rates are going to be a lot higher for savings, and also lower for borrowing, which means that you won't have to pay as much back for your money that you borrow. Using credit cards that can actually have a lot of benefits. You just need to make sure that you are repaying and you're not going to get into debt. Also, credit cards are a good way of delaying payment. So obviously if you don't have enough money in your account at the moment, but at the end of the month you are going to have enough money and you are going to be able to pay it and not end up in debt, then obviously credit cards can be a really good way for doing that. But obviously you need to make sure that you're not going to overspend. Otherwise you could end up in the spiral of overspending, and then obviously the interest rates are spiral as well, and then the situation can get really out of hand. So making sure that you're only spending the money that you can actually afford is really important. The next one is once you've actually tracked your budget and you're seeing where your expenditure is and what you are spending on what, then obviously you need to have a look at where large sums of money are actually being spent. So if a certain habit, like I said before, if you have a large spending on kind of going out with friends or going out to eat or something, maybe look or consider reducing the amount that you do that, or try and work out alternative ways that are a little bit cheaper. So obviously if you're gonna if you like spending time with family and going to cinema or something, if you do that once a week, then maybe 1 week do it from home instead, and then buy snacks from the shop because it'd be cheaper. Or just make small changes that can help you to decrease your spending. By decreasing your spending, you can have more money to spend on other things that you need, or for emergency fund, or also for actually saving for your future. The next one is consider investing any extra money that you have. So this can obviously be small or anything, but invest, you can obviously get more money for the actual money that you put in. So obviously that can be a good like extra payment as well if you are able to invest, and obviously it's good to start doing it like at any age. You need to make sure that you are looking into the pros and cons of obviously what you are investing in, but obviously that can be a really good way to spend your money. The next one is don't spend all the money as soon as you get it. So obviously like buying things, there is quite a lot of people obviously as soon as they get their money they just spend it, and like buying unnecessary things that you don't really need or want, and you're just gonna like waste it. If you like use your money efficiently and then you have money left over at the end of the month, then you could consider buying something, or maybe you could obviously like save it as well. The next one is prioritize paying your bills on time. So obviously by paying your bills on time, you're going to stop like incurring any like fees or penalties for obviously late payments, or and also like it can stop you from getting into like a lot of trouble, because obviously if you don't pay you could actually end up like ending like in court or something even really bad like that. But obviously if you are paying late and you're getting fees, you're not going to be able to spend as much on with your money or get as much with your money, because you're spending like extra money on fees and charges because you forgot to pay your bills. So prioritizing your bills and paying them on time is obviously really important. Next one is have a look at your subscriptions and see if there is actually any that you don't actually use anymore. These are monthly subscriptions that obviously like you sign up to and then you probably forgot that you actually signed up to. By cancelling them and unsubscribing, you're going to be saving a lot of money, and obviously if you wasn't using like the services, then obviously you've got that extra money that you can save or spend somewhere else. This one is when you want to buy like a big purchase, actually save up for it. So like set a money aside for it and have that as a goal of what you want to save up for. And also in the time of you saving up, you're actually going to know whether that was actually something that you actually really wanted or not, or maybe where it could have just been like a fad where it's like you want it but then in a month's time you're not going to want it kind of thing. So by saving up for things, you're going to know that you're guaranteed that you're going to want it. And also buying things with money that you've saved up yourself is actually like the most cheapest and safest way of paying for something, as obviously you're not going to be signing up to any debt or contracts. This one is start an emergency fund where you save money each month. So any like money that you have left over, it doesn't have to be a large amount, but obviously just set aside a little bit of money like every single month that you can put into an emergency fund. So whenever anything goes wrong, or if you need like repairs or something on something, you're going to have the money there and you're not going to end up in financial like trouble where you're going to end up having to take out a loan or like debt, and then obviously if you don't have the money anyway, you're not going to be able to repay it. So obviously just setting money aside and reducing your expenditure on all the other things and expenses is going to make you have the extra money for the emergency fund. So don't just like spend the money, set it aside for them emergencies. And the last one I have on this is actually consider like saving for your retirement. So obviously if you do it early, like the more money that you put in, obviously it doesn't have to be a lot, but over the years, like the compound interest is going to increase so much over the years because you've got money in the bank, and the more years it's in there, then obviously the more interest you are going to incur. So this is why saving for your retirement early is obviously a really good idea and a sensible way to spend and use your money. These are all the tips I have on like how to use your money sensibly in 2022. If you have any more videos that you'd like to see, could you comment them down below so I can see what you guys would like actually want to watch and what you want to see. Thank you for watching. Could you like and subscribe if you like this video? You can click on the notification bell if you want to see more of my videos. So thank you for watching. Bye.